YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with some more NFL position rankings for the upcoming 2019 season. This one is for the 4-3 outside linebackers, to be specific. If you're looking for pass rush outside linebackers, well, I put all the pass rushers together in one ranking video, so please check that out if you haven't seen it yet. Plenty more rankings on the channel, plenty more to come. And again, this is for the upcoming season, not based off last year or anything. Right before we get started, we got some exclusive content available. As you can see, two different memberships available. YouTube memberships on the left, Patreon on the right, and there's a link in the description for both of those. So the YouTube-based stuff is on the left, and that will be just bonus video, sneak peeks, special badges for the comment section, stuff like that. And then the Patreon, you could possibly join our fantasy football league, which the draft will probably live stream on the Goat House here, and a Pick'ems League, private Discord chat, which is very cool, and more. So please check out those links. We would really appreciate it if you can check those out. Also appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, because we got a 40K subscriber goal, and we'll have full coverage for the NFL season, so hopefully you can join us for that. Clicking that like button, checking out Twitter would be fantastic as well. Let's get on to these 16 outside linebackers that I ranked. All 16 very solid. They made the cut, obviously. Number 16 is going to be Jerome Baker of the Miami Dolphins. Young, athletic linebacker. He needs to be a little more consistent, but it's kind of expect from a younger linebacker. I think he'll get better and better with Brian Flores, so he can make his way up this list in the near future. 15 is Devondre Campbell of the Atlanta Falcons. He's got somewhat of a tough role, tough task there. They play with a lot of two linebacker sets there, so Campbell does get some inside looks. I thought he had an excellent rookie year. Maybe that was his best year. Pretty solid season last year. So he is a solid linebacker. 14, Lorenzo Alexander of the Buffalo Bills. Kind of waiting for this guy to decline still. Maybe a little bit this year. I do like that he gets after the quarterback for a 4-3 outside linebacker. And number 13 is going to be Kyle Van Noy of the New England Patriots. Another unique defense. Patriots plays with a lot. They play with a lot of two linebackers, Van Noy, Hightower, and they both have some time inside. Hightower a little more than Van Noy. But I still view both of them as outside linebackers, 4-3 outside linebackers. So Van Noy comes in at number 13. We're on to number 12 to number 9 here. Number 12 is going to be Tyler Whitehead of the Oakland Raiders, a guy that I think if you needed him to, he can play middle linebacker. You know, he's a tackling machine. He'll stop the run at a high level, and it's kind of what I expect this year as an outside linebacker there for the Raiders. I expect him to rack up on the tackles again and have another pretty solid season. Number 11 is Devon Kennard of the Detroit Lions. Really only one solid season. It was a pretty darn good season last year for the Lions. That was like really his only one of his career. And that was Patricia's first year as the head coach and controlling the defense. So it's kind of known that he's kind of one of his weapons. So he can continue to improve. If he stays the same, that's still good enough too. Number 10 is KJ Wright, the Seattle Seahawks. People probably used to being him a little better ranked than 10. But missing a bunch of games last year. And he did look a little on the slower side, like he slowed down a little bit when he was playing. That has something to do with the injury, I'm sure. Maybe aging a little bit too. He did play very well in the playoff game against the Cowboys there. But yeah, I think he's going to slightly decline a little bit. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Number 9 is Christian Kirksey of the Cleveland Browns. Another one that was hurt last year. 2 years ago had a phenomenal season. Hopefully he can get back to something like that. After missing some games last year, not all the games. And the Browns did do a pretty good job bringing in linebackers last year and this year. So, maybe they're, it's slight chance they're looking to replace him in the near future, but he's good enough to keep his job as long as he's healthy. And if he is healthy, he can be much better ranked than 9. So we're on to 8 to 5 here. 8 is Demario Davis of the Saints. I think a little bit underrated. He had people kind of viewed him as just kind of a tackling machine, can stop the run. Pretty solid in coverage, and he got after the quarterback, brought pressure when he needed to. So he had a pretty solid season for the Saints last year. He's at number 8. Number 7 is Fred Warner, the young athletic linebacker from the San Francisco 49ers. Very impressive rookie season, flying all over the place. Really just catching guys downfield too. I noticed that a lot. And then I expect another step up in his second year, so that brings him up to number 7. Number 6 is Kiko Alonso of the Dolphins. I think a somewhat similar season to last year is what we're going to get this year. He pretty much does it all. I think some of these young linebackers hop over him. So that's why he's at 6. Still pretty good ranking there for Kiko. Number 5 is Matt Milano of the Buffalo Bills. Loved his game last year. Absolutely loved it. Unfortunately, he got hurt. He another one that does it all for a 4-3 outside linebacker, tackling machine. Really gets after the quarterback, really good in blitz packages, can cover too. So I really liked his game. Already a young linebacker that's climbing up the board here. He's at number 5. Now we're on to the top 4. I think for the most, they're all pretty tight in terms of their rank, but I think the top 3 is real close. Number 4 is going to be Leighton Vander Esch, another rookie from last year. Outstanding rookie season. It was good to see him stay healthy because there was some concern during the draft. So hopefully he can continue to stay healthy and continue to play like that and even get better. A very good rookie season. Number 3 was Donta Hightower, the New England Patriots, who does spend a lot of time inside. Highly instinctive linebacker, clutch for them in the playoffs. I may put him at 1 or 2 if I can trust him to stay healthy. Didn't miss too much time last year, but has been in and out of games. The year before, missed a bunch of time. So if I can trust him to stay healthy, could be 1 or 2. Very instinctive linebacker, big time for the Patriots over the last several years in the big moments. Number 2 is Anthony Barr of the Minnesota Vikings. Another one that does it all. He's really good at blitzing, getting pressure on the quarterback, forcing the quarterback to make stupid mistakes. Good tackler, and can cover pretty well too. I was surprised to see him go back to the Vikings. I'm not sure how they got that cap room situated there, but what was interesting to see if he did actually play for the Jets. That would have been very interesting because he would have went back to being a pass rusher, which he was out of UCLA. So that would have been very interesting. But he remains on the Vikings and is number 2 on my list here. Number 1 is Darius Leonard, the rookie from last year for the Indianapolis Colts. Already seen enough for me to keep him at 1. Based off his play last year, he was 1, and I'm going to keep him there, even though it's tough keeping a guy there from only 1 season, but I'm predicting the same play because there's no reason for him to go down. He's shown me enough. He's proven it. It's not like he has any injury concern either for me. He did everything. He did everything. And the thing that's maybe not talked about enough that was very surprising and that he was very impressive on was his coverage. Just sitting there, even though he's on a middle linebacker, he's sitting in the middle of the field, asked to cover a lot there and reading the quarterback and the field at the same time. Very impressive, and he got after the quarterback when he needed to, was a sure tackler when he needed to be. So he was super impressive. I don't think that was like a one-year wonder type thing based off his play. I'm just not seeing it. So I got him at 1, but you can make the case for 1, 2, and 3 being number 1. So you can make the case. I wouldn't really argue with you too much. Vander Esch is definitely one to look out for too. So let me know your guys' thoughts on these rankings. If you're looking for a certain linebacker that may have been an outside linebacker 4-3 last year, they may not be on this list because interesting, very weird. A lot of very solid 4-3 outside linebackers are switching to the middle linebacker position this year. It has to do with kind of defensive changes, but I think more than ever in terms of the pretty solid ones. So the middle linebacker ranking video will be next. I'm ranking 32 of those guys because there's a lot of good ones, especially with more being added. So that's going to be a very fun video, very interesting video. So hopefully you can join us for that. Hopefully you can join us for our full coverage in season for the NFL. Going to be a lot of fun. Please click that subscribe button. Check out those exclusive content membership things, Twitter, in the description as well as those. So really appreciate if you check any of that out. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks everyone for watching. Goodbye.